The COVID crisis in New York is crucial right now. We go now to a Bahamian who lives and works in New York. He is Sydney Mcsweeney. Good afternoon, Mr. Mcsweeney.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. First of all, how are you doing and how are you coping with what's going on in New York? I've seen the visuals and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is, but it's bad everywhere.
True.
Um, yeah, but we're surviving.
Now, I understand that you work in Manhattan
Yes, I do.
and you're still working there. You're still going to work every day?
I go into the office as I need to, but I don't. I mostly work from home. All of my staff is working from home. Yeah, I only go in as needed.
Tell us what you do.
So I work for New York City's Children Services. We are responsible for child protective services, basically investigating abuse and neglect of young and adult kids. Um, we also provide services to families to try to keep families intact. Yeah.
I can imagine that right now that must be exceptionally critical what you're doing because, I see opportunities for children to receive more abuse actually in a
Yeah.
situation like this. Um,
Yeah.
Now you work in Manhattan. Do you live in Manhattan as well?
No, actually, I live in the Bronx.
Okay, so
So
it's a bit of an actual commute then.
it is. But I drive.
You
I drive
drive.
into the city um, because I'm trying to avoid contact with other New Yorkers.
What's it like on the roads?
Um, very few cars, very few cars, because most people are staying home. Um, I work, within a few blocks of the World Trade Center, so it's it's pretty empty. The businesses are closed down, but the essential government uh, departments that are in that area, because City Hall is in that area,
Yes.
are still operating with essential staff.
Now,
Um,
sorry.
Go ahead.
There's been a lot of confusion and debate about whether one should wear a mask or not. Have you chosen to wear a mask?
Um, I I don't actually have masks, so I wear a scarf.
You do. So you do actually have some
Uh,
covering.
yes, I do. Because it's even though it's warmer than it's been, it's still in the 40s and 50s in New York, and today it's raining. Yesterday was window, so you can still get away with wearing a scarf. Yeah.
Two things. Firstly, do you know anyone who has been directly affected by COVID-19? Anyone you know that has actually tested positive and is going through that challenge? And if
Yes.
what is that like emotionally for you all? What's the actual feeling like in New York? I mean, I'm a New Yorker in a way, and I know what that's like what it's
Right.
like ordinarily. So, has the whole spirit of New York changed?
Yeah. So on a personal level, I don't have any direct family members that I know of, but as a manager of approximately 96 staff, I had one worker that was hospitalized in intensive care after testing positive. I've had another staff member who lost his mom. He had a brother who was also hospitalized, but we're not sure if it's COVID related. And I've had other members of my staff that have had to take family members to urgent care, complaining of COVID-like symptoms. So that wears you down as a manager, because you have to track that, and you have to decide whether or not it's appropriate to communicate with others that may have worked in the same cubicle or office with some of those individuals. So it's difficult.
I can imagine. Now, as you know, we are going through what has been described as the beginning of the surge here. In fact, we've had 3 deaths so far.
Right.
You still have family?
So sorry to hear that.
You have family here still?
I do.
You're in contact with them?
Quite a bit. Not as much as I would like, but I'm in contact with friends from school. Stephen Williams, who also worked for ZNS.
Right, yes. He put us in touch with you,
Joe.
yes.
That's correct. But I do have other family members. Yeah. And friends.
What about other Bahamians in New York? Any that you're in contact with? Are you all sort of keeping tabs on each other?
Well, I'm not really able to keep tabs on anybody right now, because how the fact that everybody's quarantined. So we're basically following each other on social media.
Yeah.
So you're watching what people are posting, and posting some information yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, continue to take good care of yourself.
I should also say, my mom is here.
Oh.
In Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, and I have my sisters and brothers and nieces and nephews. They're here, and they're all fine.
And they're in self-quarantine.
Everybody is at this point. So it's, I mean, people are taking it serious now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not so much before.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we all get through this and fairly soon.
Yeah.
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
Hope the same for you guys.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Good luck.
Great. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more.